so freaking bored, nothing to do today. I guess I'll sit around and medicate. I am so freaking bored, nothing to do today. I guess I'll sit around and medicate.
Welcome to the Corona camp. What are we looking at today? Flask number 49. It's all a mystery until NIHAP reports back to us. Let's get our pour on here. Okay, it's dark. It's not the darkest. It's darker than a lot of things I've seen lately. It's clingy. It's got some good viscosity. Cobra. Now, I had debated, this was kind of like a maybe why even bother kind of a thing, but I've pretty much not left my couch since Thursday, so yeah, I'm going insane. And again, Scotsman, go ahead and dock me for time. Being that I communicate with a lot of you on a daily basis, I just feel like I've got the same thing I get every single time of the year right about now, and it's just this massive like sinus attack. But what's really shocking is how many people I've talked to are all experiencing somewhat the same thing. So I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but again, a little bit of a sore throat. All plugged up. My eyes have been watering to the point where almost as much I think is coming out my eyes as is my nose. Keep checking my temperature. 98.6. So I was just going nuts. So I had to come down and hang out with you guys. Has a sweet vanilla. Has a sweet vanilla and a slight oakiness, and I'm plugged up, and I can get that. So I don't know if the aromas or the smells are gonna do me jack shit today or not. But cheers, guys. Oh, and by the way, we have had now more than 24 hours of basically straight rain, slush, snow. And my backyard looks like a swimming pool. My neighbor and friend Mike next door said, "Are you even going to work tomorrow?" And I'm just like, you know what? I'm honestly stuck somewhere in between listening to the propaganda and not wanting to go into financial ruin. But on the other hand, my buddy Greg, sorry, Scotsman, my buddy Greg just spent 4 days in the hospital, ruled out COVID-19, and thought it was pneumonia or influenza, and he was actually on a respirator, got off of that, sent home, told that if he didn't have any new symptoms and felt good by Saturday at midnight, that he was good to go. But now I don't feel good, and I don't want to be responsible for giving anything. He's already compromised. He has COPD, and he's really old. So I don't know if I'm working or not tomorrow. I know I didn't work on Friday. You guys haven't seen a video from me in a while. I apologize. I apologize for that, but I have just been basically sitting on the couch since Thursday. And I finally just went nuts, and I was just like, oh, so my backyard looks like a swimming pool, and my pit, which I think holds, I think it's a 6 or an 8-gallon pit, and you can hear the intervals. If I had my faucet turned on, I could not fill it up as quickly as my drain tile system is. Ooh. So really frickin' smooth. You know, it seems like when you don't feel good, more of the things that are shitty come through, and less of the things, like for instance, I made up some breakfast. I ate like half of it. It wasn't because I wasn't hungry. It's just, it didn't even taste good. It just, wow. Starts off real neutral on my tongue. It's it has a sweeter smell than it has a taste. I know this is not going to be helping me with deciphering this. As a matter of fact, give me 1 second. Okay. First in the comments was Brad saying 169. Jolson, this video needs more cowbell and shots. Tardisia says if you ring it, it won't rust. I reload this thing. Ooh, got some fire. And to totally utilize, where's the missing one? Here we go. Shots. Cowbell, you've been warned. Cowbell, cowbell in 3, cowbell in 2, cowbell in 1. Yeah, I was just really looking forward to that. I haven't been able to cowbell in days. Crazy Scotsman, whiskey. Brandon, Bearded CB says I concur. Well, I don't know. Okay, fine. I don't know if I'm about to waste a shot of something really good because, but this could be like a jump starter, you know, like the Go Baby Go button. So, Scotsman, Brandon. Yeah, that one was a little bit different in quantity, but still, it's see, this is another situation where, for instance, the Philadelphia, dirt cheap. I liked it. Gave it to Matt. Matt liked it. Oh, and speaking of Matt, if you happen to see this, he talked to him a couple hours ago or more than that, and he was like, "How do you feel?" And I was like shit. I kind of do, you know. I do feel like shit. On the other hand, I'm still not sure how I feel about having people around me. I mean, Matt, if you see this, don't take it personal. I don't really want anybody in this house. I'm not even sure how I even feel about Samantha coming over. What the hell is, hang on, I've gotta, I'm always on the lookout to make sure nothing is happening to Sharky's picture. And I see I have a little bit of oh yeah, my receipt from Serpico Performance. Yeah, my you know, this is why a lot of people don't have basements, like Agent Chaos hanging out in Louisiana. You know how many people have a basement in that neck of the woods? But I actually patched a whole lot of shit in this place when I purchased it. But when we are under the hydro assault that we are under right now, I mean literally, I probably won't remember, and it really is irrelevant, but my backyard right now, there was more than 2 inches of standing water. I mean, you put that. Well, you listen to what's happening. I mean, you're talking about something bigger than a 5-gallon bucket filling up. What is that? 20 plus seconds. I can't. I know there's a lot of comments. I know. I think when I was. I know there's more than 100, and that's what happens when I don't see. This is another reason. If I have the material to come and play every single day, at least I ward off some of those 60, 70, 80 video comments. And but hey, I'm not taking the blame for this. I have repeatedly asked. I could stop reading the damn comments. I could talk about whatever I'm talking about, show some guns, show some knives, talk about things that I'm passionate about, and move on. I mean, there's brew reviews, there's 5-10 minute brew reviews. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's possible. This shit just takes now with an absence of what was it? Last Wednesday was the last review I did. Or whatever. I don't even know anymore. Gunwild says, fourth bitches. Gunwild's got a new video up, breaking down and reassembling a gun, your carry gun while blindfolded. Yeah, I don't know. I've actually never, I think I tried once. I think it was the PPS, and it was just kind of a time thing. And I guess in all honesty, my carry gun, since this whole coronavirus thing started, has been my beauty. And I'm kind of stuck in a catch-22 on that because Jay from Elite Ammunition has offered to install his latest trigger, which is an adjustable trigger, which means it's not gonna have the take up that this guy has. But Jeff, as far as doing a takedown on this, it's pretty straightforward. But then again, so is the gun that you did, your Smith & Wesson, and sometimes things can change. I mean, watching you in the video, I mean, when you no longer have the perception of your eyesight, and just putting the slide on the frame, you could actually see in your video why it wasn't going together. But it's like, here I'm screaming at my phone, just tilt it a little bit more. I don't know why you didn't hear me. So, thanks, Jeff. And then an entire there's like 327 comments. Just Celicia Shell, my friend. She says, "What's up?" And then Brandon says hi. And then Stalker Steve says, "Must be really bad when you come over here for entertainment." And Celicia says, BS equals before Steve. That's right. Okay. Either way, thank you, Celicia. DFC, top 5 biatches. Mike Gillian, 7th. Gillian, here, cheers all. Foo Master 2, Super D Duper. Ben N, top 10. Stalker Steve, 8th.
You fake news.
Brandon, of course he does next vid when I am at work. Love intro and Bodacious Brew Babe. Yeah, I had to, I figured I better de-nipple her. YouTube is doing everything it can right now. As a matter of fact, I don't think it counted as a strike against the channel, but they removed my Jericho 941 video because I thought about being me. They took down a whole bunch of thumbnails over here, and I replaced every single one of them with the original one, and as of right now, the replacements haven't been caught by them. I was thinking about just re-uploading the Jericho, and I don't know if they check the description box or if they check the video, but I review the Jericho 941. I happen to still have it. I stand behind the gun. It's this particular one is an LEO trade-in. It's a 9mm. You know, it's the like kind of modeled after the kind of looks like the baby eagle. But they took down my video, and it's probably because I said, at the time, I love, hey YouTube, you can go fuck yourself. I love how at the time there was nothing we were doing that was wrong. Now they're demonetizing, they're removing videos, they're deleting channels, all for shit that was allowed at that moment in time. Fuck. YouTube, you're just a sad state of stupidity. I mean, I just had this conversation. The bottom line is if I ran the zoo and you had a channel that was 100% against what I personally believed in, but I looked and I realized in the process of you making money for having that channel, I was making a butt ton of money for your channel. But no, look at where YouTube is at. They got greedy. They demonetized people. They said if you didn't have this many subs, you couldn't get paid. They did this. They did that. They went after channels, and they made sure that it's like how many people do you know that used to do videos and just don't because they just flat out made it non-fun? Me personally, I have a lot of fun with just telling YouTube to go fuck itself. You guys and pissing off YouTube is why I will stay here until they delete me. But they took this video down, and I thought about, I believe I have every eBomi video. The brew channel, no, I just didn't. To me, a brew review, when the next one goes up, the last one is irrelevant. And if you're saying, well, what about the review? Well, so what? Eventually, time and the amount of craft beers out there, it is possible. Jim used up Pornhub. Well, actually, Jim just used up the whole porn industry. He's seen every video. At some point in time, it might be possible for me to have reviewed everything I could possibly review, and then I may want to start over. So who cares if the old videos are up or not? So, it's almost like, some people might take personal offense, but when, I constantly get, we've removed this thumbnail, or, they removed a few videos. Now, the one that pisses me off is the one with Justin. That's the one that truly pisses me off. But they removed this because it was very cheap at the time, and I told people to go over and check it out. And, of course, I'm breaking the new community guidelines. YouTube, I didn't break a fucking guideline when the video was up. So, as far as I'm concerned, you are the problem. You are your own problem. They have so shot themselves in the foot, and I see the day that YouTube just probably, it's possible that they may not even exist, or at least they won't exist. Well, they don't exist the way they used to exist. They were too caught up basically on themselves, wanting to be Big Brother, and they screwed themselves. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess thanks to YouTube, I could do another video. I didn't do the Wednesday release. There will not be a Monday release over at the eBomi channel. I haven't felt up to it. I mean, I've got plenty of stuff I could do, but I'm not gonna get a video done today. This is it. This is the only one, and then I'll be going back to the couch. And tomorrow I'm just gonna have to see how I feel, if I'm able to even make it to work. And the truth is, if I feel just like I feel right now, and I worked by myself, or I worked from home, I wouldn't have a problem. But I will be hanging around someone that just got out of the fucking hospital. So it's almost like the responsible side says, do the right thing. Well, the right thing means I lose another day of pay. I had that conversation with Christine too. We know lots of people, especially people in the restaurant industry. Our girl Tori from Julie's, they haven't been open in over 2 weeks. I can't even imagine what they're going through. I mean, I'm seriously thinking about contacting the bank and asking them to turn off all of my auto pays. I mean, at this rate, if I was to do the right thing and just stay here, Okay. Brandon again. A minute 53. Making Jack proud sounds like yummy beer. Yeah. You know what? It was a big bottle. If it was a smaller bottle, I probably in truth, it was very tasty, and I actually did finish the whole thing. But it started to get a little rough towards the end. Not that the flavor or the complexity or any of it changed. It's just that the perpetual sweetness of it. It got to start to be a little bit too much. But I love Clown Shoes. Their products are all really good. So I did finish it. Again, when I'm wrong, and I'm wrong a lot, I just don't usually have enough excuses to back it up. This whole breathing and then the taste buds thing getting messed up with me. It seems like a Scotch. Now, if it is, it's really, really mellow on that whole peatiness part. Dr. Steve Slack. I think you mean flack. I don't even know what you're talking about. Dr. Steve, dry cough. Do you have the scourge? No, I mean, here's the thing that shocks me. Christine has had what I have before I had it, so I'm blaming her. But in honesty, I've had something for like 3 weeks, but like again, it doesn't surprise me. This time of the year, I've always dealt with allergies. I mean, shit. At one point in time, I was taking of course, at one point in time, by today's standards, at one point in time, I was probably taking $10,000 a month in antihistamines. But for me, back then, when the company that I work for provided full health care for my entire family, and for my entire family for a year, it was like under $200. I was, according to the stuff that I was taking a steroid-based antihistamine, and it was over $300 a month is what what I would have had to pay for the stuff, and so this time of the year was always a nightmare for me. And so it doesn't surprise me, but so no, Steve. Her boss said do the e-visit. She did the e-visit, and they said you have a really bad sinus thing going, and report to work. She works at the hospital. She's an essential employee. So ask me how I feel about that. Even if I tried to do the right thing and stayed at home, she's not. So she basically goes to what will be ground zero. I mean, right now, as far as I know right now, Duluth has 3 people that have tested positive. They're all in the other hospital, not the one that she works for. And they all got it via contact outside of the hospital. It's not associated with the hospital at all. But again, I don't want to stand here. I mean, I came down here and pulled out a few things that are my happy space. When I want to go somewhere in my brain, and I don't come down here so I can talk about that. Other than telling people, everybody, hey, stay safe, do what you have to, the thing that I wrestle with is doing the right thing, not falling for their bullshit, or is the right thing not worrying about the money, because it certainly seems like everybody that is owed money doesn't give a flying fuck about this, so they tell you to stay at home, but they don't explain how you continue to make sure that the lights stay on, and you make your house payment, you make your car payment, you make your credit card payments, and you make your real doll payment. So I went with three of my big hitters when it comes to safe place firearms, and that would be my slightly sporterized Mosin Nagant, the SKS that I got from Ed. You know, the gun that I was supposed to chop apart and turn into something completely different. And an M1 Garand. I know more people that falls under a holy grail gun, and it is such an incredible rifle to shoot. I was so bummed out. I mean, I've had it out to the range one time, and I ran out of ammo because I had to make sure that I had range, or I had to have safe ammo for that firearm, so you don't bend the op rod. Now I do have, but it is not in place, and yes, I did find it. I believe it's sitting right over here on the table. The company that makes an adjustable gas block for the M1, so that you can shoot modern ammo in it. It's just exactly that. You put it in, and you basically set the gun up for initial failure, and keep screwing the adjuster screw in until the rifle functions flawlessly, and then you know that you have it safe, and you know that you're not gonna bend up the op rod in it. You know, I've heard mixed things on that. My brother-in-law he laughed at that whole thing. He said he's shot whatever he's wanted to shoot through his for years. I know that he mainly loads himself, so he's probably not loading maybe what some modern sporting hunting rounds will be. So I didn't want to argue with him. He just went, but I mean, obviously they wouldn't have products like that on the market if there wasn't a reason for it. So I had surplus stuff that was specifically for the M1, and I've not put that in there yet. But yeah, that's just, I mean, it's just. And of course, you know, there's people out there that say in the real scenario this never happened, but you know, most of the added pleasure, you know, not only do you sit and look at it and go, man, what this symbolizes, one of the finest weapons ever put in the hands of our fighting men and women, or probably mostly men at this point in time. But then there's that last shot thing, you know. And of course, it could have bounced anywhere, but it went straight for the my bug out bag. Yep, I so look forward to putting some more rounds through this. The slightly, I mean, I realize that some of you will look at it and go, yeah, that pretty much looks, you know, like the Mosin did when the Russians invented it. You know, for anybody actually watching this who has no idea what that rifle is supposed to look like, I can show you something. Now, this one has been modified slightly, so it is not a representation of how it should look, but it is close. This is a M44 that has had the rear sight removed and a scope rail put on, and then it has a scout scope. The difference between a regular scope and a scout scope is a regular scope you'd have to do something about like that, where this one has an extremely long eye relief, and when you look at it from here, you're looking through, you know, the reticle as you would normally see it on a regular scope from right here. And this one actually used to belong to Ed, USAF Ed. I was actually there, and he asked me my thoughts on this. He purchased this from Johnny C. 308. And I did not get the opportunity to verify. Did not get the opportunity, and now the bayonet is stuck on it. Did not get the opportunity to. Okay, the bayonet may be staying on it. I did not get the opportunity to confirm one way or the other, but this was purchased from Jules, Ed's bride, the love of Ed's life. This was purchased from Jules, and this is a gift to John Solar. John Solar has wanted a Mosin Nagant as long as I have known John, and he does not have one. The one thing that's really awesome about this is this is not, or I haven't taken it. No, this is not a Hubert Concepts trigger in it, but it is. If you've ever fired a Mosin, probably the weakest link in a Mosin Nagant is that trigger. That one trigger scaled. Well, it was off my scale. My scale, the scale that I had when I did my project, when I first purchased my Mosin, my scale went to 10 pounds, and that was completely off of the scale. My guess is it was 12 pounds or more. Yes, 12 pounds or more. And, of course, everybody knows right now, Hubert Concepts ultralight trigger, and I have it set at 3/4 of a pound. Basically, the weight of a monarch butterfly will set that off. That one is a hair under 2 pounds. So, John Solar, you're going to have a hell of a time. John should already have that in his hands, but I'm still waiting on a box for it. David Brown thought he had one, and it turned out that he did not. J-Dog might have one. J-Dog, a stock M44 is 40 inches. What I could probably do is just disassemble it, and then I can get it to fit in a Palmetto State box. So, okay. On the Hanging with Mr. Holster, Ward Roland, goodbye, Mr. H, rest in peace. Shalisa, 12 minutes and 57 seconds, no pinky up. Celicia, if you make it, if you watch more than one of these in a year, I tell you what, baby, this one is just for you. We gotta get some dispatchment off to NIHAP, or we're never gonna find out. Okay, so I'm guessing Scotch whiskey. I got nothing. I got nothing on the aroma. The taste. It starts off smooth, and then I'm getting like and I know this would all change if my sinuses weren't going crazy right now, like a mild sweet vanilla. And just a subtle oak at the end. It's not really doing anything for blowing my skirt up right now. Okay, I want to honestly, I want to check something before I foolishly rate what could be a good Scotch whiskey or a bad, one way or the other. I'm going to go with a little something baseline, and I'm going to see what my palate gets out of a little Ardbeg. And by the way, during Locked and Loaded, I had a very, very nice a glass of Paul John peated. And I just really, after talking to Sharky, I just don't see any negativity related to rehabbing by having Scotch on a daily basis. As long as he said, he goes, you have some Scotch. And he goes, I think it's always going to be a positive thing unless this all started at 8 a.m. This whole sinus thing is definitely going to be a factor. I probably should have stuck with a beer today. I am this Ardbeg, which is an Isla, is going to come with a. I'm actually, as I'm breathing out and breathing back in, I am smelling the peatiness, and I'm not getting it on the taste. This is, as far as being a legitimate review of Flask 49. I'm not doing it any favors right now. That is probably a lot better than I'm giving it credit for, because I'm getting almost no flavor off of my my beloved Ardbeg. Now the other night, which I don't understand, the Paul John, it tasted awesome. This is like playing pool. You know, am I supposed to Should I play for the leave, or should I play the shot at hand? My thought, sorry, it's got swept. The M16 fell facing me. I'm getting the feeling that it's with the flavors that I am getting out of it in comparison to what I just didn't get out of the art bag. NIHOP, instead of trying to explain this in a text, when you see this, you just have to see that I believe from this point I'm going to cap the flask, and I am going to visit it when I'm possibly not wasting something really good. So my thought going off of that right now, this is just a prediction going off of the flavors, the smoothness, and all of that. I'm just gonna guess, and I'm gonna put that in here, a question mark, notes that I was not feeling good. Well, actually, I feel fucking fine. I'm really right at this very moment in time, I'm feeling a lot better. But, you know, like in the case of going to work and being around Greg or having Matt come over, no, I'm sorry, fuck that. It's just not going to happen. Me-wise, yeah, probably the best I've felt since last week. So, I'm gonna be telling you that I gave it an 8, but right now that is entirely based on the perception of what I got out of the art bag.
Oh my god, if I had $1 for every time that thing went off, I'd be a multi-millionaire right now.
Yeah, if we got a payday for every single time that pump went off.
Right?
Oh, and in case you weren't listening to her show last night, somebody sent her another vintage Super Pickle, but this one
his legs.
This one is missing his legs, his cape, his nose.
Yeah.
He's had a hard 40 years, but he's got a friend now.
We'll fix them.
Yeah,
Thank you, whoever sent that, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna do some pizza and some salad.
Yeah, well, as soon as I wrap this up, I'll be happy to join you.
Okay.
Because I can actually eat. This was a mistake. This was a complete mistake. I wasn't gonna rate this all that high, so I had a little art bag, and the art bag has no flavor at all.
Nothing really has any flavor.
I know everything. I've been all my senses of flavor have been stolen from me.
Tainted.
So I'm not going to drink any more of that scotch because I want to wait until I can actually. If it turns out it's a $9 bottle, yeah, I'll probably drink it. If it turns out it's a $90 bottle, I'm going to be waiting.
Okay. I'll let you cook up the pizza when you're done there, Fanny.
Alright. Yeah, don't forget that there was like over 100 and something comments, and I'm not even halfway through. So as soon as I send this text, I'm going to be rifling through those like I'm being paid for it.
Okay.
Okay. I gave it an 8. Now that is pure speculation. I know it's a cop-out thing, but I feel from what I am getting in comparison. Okay. That's wrong. It's my bad. Again, I probably shouldn't have done something that was for the marbles. Okay, let's do this. Frontline. Tonight on Zoom, if you enjoy cigars, we are tonight Frontline Lounge. Download the Zoom Cloud Meeting app, 8:30 p.m., and then he gives the number for the meeting ID. I have no idea how Zoom looks or works. He wanted me to come and join him, and when he sent me the thing, which was hours ago, no, you should have seen me. I went and shaved and had a shower and ran over to Walgreens and picked up some meds. And one of the things that I've been taking all sorts of shit. There's that latest. I believe it was probably started by Tylenol, but the latest scare is you're not supposed to take anything with ibuprofen in it now. But one of the things that I've always had a lot of luck with the allergy attacks, the sinus stuff, is Alka-Seltzer. So I went and picked some of that up. So right now I'm kind of flying on Alka-Seltzer. Russell's Reserve 10-year. I have no idea what that is. This could be a good or a bad thing. Russell's Reserve 10. Russell's Reserve 10. Straight bourbon whiskey. It's probably why, and it's $32 to $41. Is that? Yeah, that's the same one. So, yeah, okay. See, I'm gonna have to. IHOP, when you see this, you'll already know what the hell I'm talking about. It's probably why. No, I'm not getting a bourbon. See, to me I know I might offend somebody. To me, Scotch would be the pinnacle of distilled and the flavors and blah blah blah, but different. Whiskeys. I've had some pretty decent whiskeys, but to me, I'm just a Scotch guy, and Scotch Guard, and then to me, like quicker and less refined, you get down to your bourbons. I did not vocalize it in IHOP. He says it's a bourbon from Wild Turkey, but you probably already Googled it. Yeah, I did Google it, and I see that Russell's Reserve Wild Turkey was the first thing that popped up. And Wild Turkey is nasty. So I still will wait and give that a go when I am completely not being thrown off. It is. It's probably why I'm getting any flavors off of it at all. Ardbeg, if you've ever had Ardbeg, it is chock full of just this awesome smoky peatiness. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that the first time I ever bought a bottle of this, I was actually warned not to buy the bottle. I was told I should go down to one of the finer establishments downtown and buy myself a shot of it and spend like probably Carmody's, it's probably a fucking $10 for a shot of this, but spend $10 instead of, I think the first bottle I bought was $70-something, $75 or more. And I was just like going, no, I'm just going to go with my gut feeling and buy it. And right now, this has no flavor whatsoever compared to this. So that's why, again, I mean, there's a lot more flavor coming from this than there is from this, which, now I'm not getting a bourbon. I'm not getting like that bourbon burn or anything like that. But no, right now I am completely wasting. I'm probably wasting all of our time. Brandon, I found Captain James T. Kirk trying to pole dance on TV. I don't even have time for you, Stalker Steve. Brandon again, viewing the past. Does that mean your sweaty nuts are hairy again by the time we watch this? See this? See this? This is what fucking happens when my goddamn beautician, and I don't know, I can't really call her my barber, one of Christine's best and oldest friends, Jennifer. Jen does my hair. Hey, watch this. Hey, you remember the first time you did coke? So, Jen, why even fucking try, really? Should we do a comb over? Love you guys. So Jen does my hair, and she was one of the first businesses killed by the coronavirus. Now, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be fucking doing this myself. Christine has volunteered. If that doesn't happen, I'm going to fucking do it myself. I don't care if for the first time ever you see me bald. I cannot deal with... And when my hair starts to get this length, my lovely bride's like, well, it's almost there. No, it's not almost there. It fucking pisses me off. It's ridiculous. I hate this. Feels like I'm wearing a fucking Muppet on my head. Stalker Steve, Mexican flu. The libtards are buying guns now. They'll probably go finish the wall and take credit for it. Probably. Brandon, speaking of Joey, he's got to be tired of helping support all those truckers working double time. I'm sure. Stalker Steve, pause for food. Harmarsh 2, here, sitting on my sofa watching this brew review. I watched the whole video. I appreciate that, my friend. And I'm not saying that I don't believe people, but that's a level of dedication. I understand if you don't. I mean, I don't even like to, I can't, I don't watch any of them, honestly. Unless, go back to some of the funny parts because Cobra pointed it out, if I rip some ass or something. I mean, is it pathetic when you go back and giggle watching yourself shit your pants? Stalker Steve, nice shirt. I shaved too, hee hee. Everything tickles. Yeah, no kidding, I hate that. Steve, about time you move the camera. Steve, I'm going for a record, can you tell? Steve, I just opened my first box of Kraft survival food. Steve, paused to stir, said survival food. Brandon, Patreon, yeah, plus and minus to it. Brandon, Eric, glasses getting spanked with big black rubber? Well, now, I don't know what I even talked about those days ago. Shalisa, damn, you have some sexy firearms. Well, no, yeah, I appreciate it. See, that's the problem when you're in a time of need like this. I don't really have anything I will sell. I mean, I guess if it comes down to me and Christine just got done eating some carpeting covered in salty water because we have no food, and some dumbass wants to give me $1,000 for a $500 AR, hell yeah, I'll let that fly. But, you know, like, see this kind of shit? Fuck no. No, 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 no. No. It's not going to happen. No. I'm entrusted to the care and well-being of a few things, and the rest of the stuff. My problem is my collection right now, other than a few things, there's a few things that would be in there. Everything has just sentimental value. Like, now I'm just using this as an example. This isn't the case with this particular pistol, but I'm just saying, let's just say that one of you sent me this. All of a sudden, even though it's a $300 pistol, tops, I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not getting rid of it because a friend or part of my family sent it to me. And it's just, call it a fault, but I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. I got a few. There's probably an AR-10 that might be on the chopping block to go down the road. You know, maybe an AK that would, for the prices. I mean, these are all the price. I mean, don't get me wrong. Smile Money would be the first to point it out. Right now, I have a lot of money invested in that. If some of you know exactly what I have. I mean, for fuck's sakes, it has. I paid $300 for the scope. I did not buy it to put it on an $89 Mosin. That scope was purchased for my JP, but it just, for me, it never fit the bill. There was never anything wrong with it. It's just dumbass Eric. Bushnell and high-end optics just don't go together for me. But I'm telling you, I have two Bushnell Tactical Elite scopes, and I'll put them up against anything. I mean, I'd rather have that scope right there than anything from Vortec. The Vortec Gen 2 Razors, fuck it, they don't have anything on that scope. So, but yeah, that right there is just an exercise in financial stupidity. It was a fucking $89 rifle that looked very similar to this without a modern day scope on it. Blued, all this wood, a 90-degree bolt. Blued. People, that's what's fucking wrong with you, and how did you get that to look like that, are the two most asked questions of me. Well, the answer is I made a jig and mounted my belt sander, and I just kept twirling the barrel and twirling the barrel. Oh my God, you do not realize what a shitty fucking job they did when they made those barrels. I spun that thing and it looked like a golf ball, and I just kept, I think my very first pass, just to try to get some of the dimples and the color off of it, might have been 60 grit, and then from there I went to 120, and eventually at one point in time it was 440, 1200, 2200, and then mother's polish. And the mother's polish, actually, one time I found a little bit of, I took a white rag with some oil on it and wiped it down the barrel, and it had a little orange tinge to it. Other than that, that mother's polish leaves something behind that does protect it. So, yeah. But bottom line is, right now, 20,000, and I'll let that go. Brandon again, this is my way of social distancing. Mike, Gillian, I'd like to reload, but costs too much to buy everything to start with on what I get paid monthly. Yeah, I hear you. Stalker Steve, mac and cheese with ground venison and a side of Brew Channel. And yes, the venison is bacon flavored. Mike again, Patreon sucks. I wouldn't pay to watch videos. No, Mike. Mike, when everybody's been telling me about doing Patreon, I might add some content over there, like maybe do, if I had a giveaway here, maybe make the next level over there. But everybody keeps telling me it's a way to make a donation to keeping the channel going during the times that I honestly can't. Right now, I didn't work on Friday, so I lost an entire day. The 4 days leading up to that, I was working like half days. I wasn't feeling good. I either went in late or I went home way early, and it's just the way it is right now. This is just such an unusual time. But no, I don't think I would do special content videos over there. I've just been told endlessly over the years, if I put together a Patreon account, it would just give some people an opportunity to maybe drop a little bit of money towards the channel, and then I would use that to go buy some brews, Probably do like several channels do, and put just a little thing at the end saying, thanks, this brewer review is brought to you by Sonoran Desert Prepper, whoever sent a little bit of money to make it happen. But I would not make it a special content thing. I mean, what like for instance, like Mr. Holster would do is he might release a video on his Patreon for his patrons, and then a few days later he would just release it to everybody. So you basically just got a previewing of something. I might do something like that if it was something real special, like a $300 bottle of scotch or some beer. But eventually, no, I can't roll like that. Stalker Steve, $100. Did I win? Nope. David Brown Bunky told me to act my age, so I shit my pants. Stalker Steve, 32 minutes 50 seconds. The washer is on last spin. Be a peach and go unload it for me. Wade, snow on the maple tree. Gay. Well, I don't know how many of these are left, and I can't just stand here with nothing, so I'm going to go with a little Castle Danger. Stalker Steve, I know the virus is real, but they are using it to get their agenda done. No shit. Oh my God. Now, I don't know if this is the actual number, but I was told that Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats added 91 things to it. I know people would be against hearing me say this, but if I was Trump, I wouldn't sign it. If I was a Republican, I wouldn't have gone along with it. I would have said no. This, first of all, the whole thing is socialism. I mean, the government is taking care of you. Now, having said that, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do being half, I made half of what I would normally make. I don't know how I'm even going to cover that, let alone talking about friends of ours that are in businesses that were just flat out sent home. They're not working for home. They were just sent home. 2 weeks, I'd already be fucked. But yeah, and so I think the end was Nancy ended up still getting 30 31 or 32, 33 things still added to the bill. My good friend, best man in my wedding to Christine, one of my dearest friends, Steve Schweitzer, he actually sent me a picture. He fucking printed off the whole thing, and he goes, I'm at home, I'm working from home, and I'm going to read this fucking thing from page to page. So I'm still waiting for a report from him, but there's so much bull. I mean, it shouldn't be that. Stalker Steve, I know that. Oh, sorry, I already read that. Gunwild says, blah, 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 Joey Cuz, shut the fuck up. Stalker Steve, the effing washer has turbo. Now be a good hubby and put a load in the dryer. Yeah. Smile Money says, don't use the words load. Stalker Steve, so you won't spend the money on good grips, but you will put $4,000 scope on a $50 rifle. It was a fucking $2,200 or $2,300 scope on an $89 rifle, okay? It's $450 for the set of grips. They look fucking awesome. I should send you a picture of them. Actually, Steve, I don't know why someone with your skill set maybe couldn't make me a set. Set of custom. Oh, can you imagine? Imagine, you know, have Celicia find you some really pristine wood and make up a set of grips for the Casull. Oh, just envision this, Steve. I mean, shit, how hard could it be? See, now, this is a one piece. The stock grip was a one piece. But the set that I really liked that I found on that eBay seller, there was $325 all the way up to $425. And they were not a one piece grip. They were a two piece. Not only did it have this mounting hole, but it also had the brass screw and everything right there. That would definitely change things. As a matter of fact, I don't know how I could do it. I'd have to find someone that had a bandsaw. If you actually took, like, the stock grip and cut it directly in half, or, I could sacrifice. I mean, I don't know. I like this grip better than the stock one, but it still does nothing for me. It's just nothing at all. But some fat wood grips on this thing. Oh, just look at that. That would be fucking badass. See, it just looks pussyish back here. Honestly, I'd just like a bigger. I don't know. It just sucks because either you get this grip or you have to pay like a mortgage payment to get a grip for this. So get a grip. Smile and wait for a big goddamn flash. Ever notice how there's never enough counter space? No, not putting it there. Stalker Steve, stay healthy, my friend. Love you. Steve, you know I love you too. I so look forward to the day that I can punch you right in your fucking face. I mean, sorry, that I didn't mean that to come out. That was probably the sickness. Yeah, the sickness speaking. Poco Loco taking a ride on the Hershey Highway tonight. Poco Loco, the medical industry isn't in the business of making you better. They're in the business of making money off of you, the consumer. They don't make money if you're well. They make money if you're sick. Yes. Smile Money, Eric and Joey said duty. Poco Loco, booty botanist. Poco Loco, if I was at the range that wanted my brass, I would either owe it to them or beat them out of it. Poco Loco, tonight's brew babe looks expensive. Smile Money, shopping for food, that's woman's work. I can't remember the last time I was in a grocery store, laugh out loud. So you buy meat in bulk to save money and pay extra for Tupperware to freeze it. Well, actually, it's not Tupperware. It's a Walmart brand, and I think it was like, what? Well, I think in the long run, it probably would have been cheaper to buy a food saver. But nobody can seem to give me a link to the most reasonable one that has a good rating. Every single time, I'm like going, oh, that looks like a good one. Oh, go to read the reviews. For every one person that gives it a 5-star, there's one person that gives it a don't waste your time. Smile Money. You can touch stuff with viral material on it. Just a little hand sanitizer kills it. Then put the milk in the fridge for 72 hours, go to the basement, throw your clothes in the washing machine, and then jump in the shower, scrub yourself for 20 minutes. Do not pick your nose, suck your thumb, or rub your eyes. Oh, and do all that while rolling around in a plastic bubble filled with refrigerated air system, and you'll be fine. Wow. Now I really want to drink. Smile Money. One more person tells me not to touch my face, I might touch theirs aggressively. We almost done? Oh my fucking god. I want to eat before midnight. Multi-Gunman beer, yes please, but whiskey first. Cadillac V 762 by 39 basement pop. Seriously? Cobra? Hello? Matt Davis. The cowbell looks like it came from China. Probably did. Cheapo Gun Guy. For a basement dweller such as yourself, to increase your subscriber base, you'd have to be more popular with the millennials. And to do that, your mom would have to own your home or your house. Din Scourge. You can tell it's the past because you haven't had the sex change yet. See, you would have been right, but it got canceled because right now the hospitals are doing no elective surgeries. Matt Davis, I think I heard a helicopter in the background of the vid. Watch out for the black helicopter, E. J-Dog is here at work. Cobra, goodbye. Cheers, good night. I'll be at work when you read this. Stay well if possible. Well, that was 3 days ago. Gunwild, I had a good experience when I met Hickok 45 and John, but it was a meet and greet, so they may have been on their best behavior. Gunwild, what's the whirling noise? Is Jim and the spinning basket there? It was the washing machine. It's a front loader, and when it spins out, it's got some shit going down. Solo Maxa on the Lion Stout video. Lion Stout is made in Sri Lanka. Lion Stout is fucking awesome. And if Corona or COVID-19 could live in any environment, it would not live in Lion Stout. Zeus, more cowgirl. Zeus, fun fact, the beer virus can live on surface for 17 days. Oh, thanks. Crazy Scotsman at minute 53, sneaked in under the wire, good job. Crazy Scotsman, brew babe delicious. Joey Cuz, You're doing this early. I can't make it to the club meeting. Joey, is there a reason why you can't collect brass from the range? I know at my range you can collect your brass, but the only thing they say is don't take it out of the brass cans. Well, I think because they probably sell it to a reloading company, is my guess. Sharky, brew review is off to a good start. Nice babes, a counter full of guns, and a big bottle of clown shoes. Nice. Sharky, you feel fantastic because I sent you Brew Babe picture during my being at home, unpacking and generally being locked down over here in Holland. Yeah, they're not doing well with the virus over there. Sharky, nice. SVD. Yeah, screw that cap. Feed it proper 762x54R, as in that 3.11. Lots of shit companies load 308 and 54R brass. Mike knows. Also, in my experience, the rail mounts on the AK family of rifles at times can be doggy. That and the PSO family of scopes can need some work with the mounting lever hardware at times. Yeah, that, 'cause I was talking about wanting to upgrade the Dragunov's scope to a realistic scope to take full use of the rifle, but probably just going to leave the rifle as it is. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about just selling it. Sharky, stay safe and take care. MP Gunther 1, hi, 94. Good God. Carpe diem. Life as usual. Don't believe the scare tactics. I left my house today to pick up a bottle of Blanton's, which is hard to find, by the way. Working from home now, which I don't mind, still have a higher chance of being hit by a bus. See, this is honestly true. I mean, if the fucking people on the TV weren't 24/7 gloom and doom, a lot of, death is still terrible, but 57,000 people died last year from the common flu, and we didn't have a minute-by-minute update of where they all were coming from. I know guys are saying, Sharky, we were talking about this today, the mortality rate on the common flu is like 0.03 or 0.3, and the mortality rate on COVID-19 is 7.7. So it is significantly, like 10 times the chance that you would die from it. Nobody wants that to happen. I don't want to lose any of you. I don't want to lose me. I don't want to lose a family member. On the other hand, everybody's sitting at home while the fucking economy of the United States goes to hell, and our government creeps around doing what exactly? MP Gunther 1, I'm going to try my hand at a video. I had a good idea for a liberal toilet paper. The wife says it would be in bad taste, so I'm doing it anyway. You should. I am getting notified of your videos, right? Yeah? I got the bell wrong. Do it! You're up to 32 subs. MP again, whiskey is a better compliment to a winter's night. Amen to that. MP again, the Smith and Redhead are gorgeous. Wow. Cobra? Oh, hi Matt. Cobra. Hey Google, play My Balls by Snot.
Alright, My Balls by Snot. Playing on Spotify.
My balls, your check!
Cobra, comment 100 for the win.
From your bullshit, I'm trying to give me the life they ain't doing it. It's like the thing that you do my band, but with a back, sometimes you got another plan. You listen to the crowd, but you don't got so loud, cause you know this is not allowed. I
Stop that fine music.
Sorry, I don't understand.
We ain't gonna play those games, so where do I begin? You know you just get...
You understand that? IHOP. Have a whiskey on me. Okay. So, just thinking about this now, as of this moment in time, I had a quarter of a plate of hash brown eggs, one piece of sausage, and one slice of toast today. What could go wrong, IHOP? Cheers. Snoring Desert Prepper. Laugh out loud. Please send me money. No, Eric. Please do it. Please. Much easier for us to show our appreciation. I will be your first supporter. I'm solid at $3. I'm assuming that's $3. Hurry the fuck up. Please text me first when ready. So, Sonoran Desert Prepper wants me to do the patron thing. Again, I have no intentions of doing private videos over there. A bunch of you, I don't know. Sonoran Desert Prepper says to do it, though. I mean, how can I argue with that? Okay. Going to the Two-Hearted Ale to the Sunny Slopes So Long Ago Club. Hashtag Justin's Final Mission. Standing in is this beer. Stalker Steve, I'm glad you're up and moving. Thank you, Steve. Stalker, oh my god. Did you pick the wrong time to do a review? Steve, should have done it at 4 a.m. when everybody else was asleep. Steve, man, I miss this and miss you. Much love, brother. Steve, last comment. Steve, Two-Hearted Ed Ale Club. Gunwild, hope you and Christine are feeling better. Cheers to the brotherhood. Thank you. And last is Mike. Two-Hearted time yet? Okay. I'm hitting the button one time, and I know Christine is waiting for me to go upstairs and make a pizza, so. Okay, cheers, guys. Appreciate every single one of you. I hope everybody's staying safe. I don't know where the line is between paranoia, could be, paranoia, and just being safe. I mean, yes, I know. Even 7%. Your likelihood of being hit by a bus is probably kind of on par there. Me right now, my biggest concern is I just don't want to compromise a few different people, especially Greg. So I don't know how I'm going to play this tomorrow. I know right now I do not feel like I should. Now, if you ask my wallet, different story. Okay, cheers, guys, and I hope to see you again real soon, if not tomorrow. Hey, if I stay home, be a stalker. Well, that wouldn't. God, Stalker Steve, it still would be wrong. Hang on a second. We gotta check for Cobra. Yet nothing. Okay, guys, cheers.